Hey, good evening. Welcome to Shorts Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. One quick note before I go into Ukraine, Russia. If anyone is looking for a quick result COVID test under $20, Amazon has these. I just got these. They are like a 10-day out order, not overnight or 3 days, 10 days to 2 weeks delivery, but Amazon did have these. These are FDA approved. Make sure you get that right there, FDA approved. To test COVID, in case you're wondering, or people are saying, I'm waiting for my free COVID, but you're not certain, you can get your two tests right there. There's the back of it, obviously the front of it. Two tests from Amazon under $20. All right, let's get to it. Diplomats have been called out of Ukraine by the United States. Things are heating up very dramatically. Lavrov, the Russian ambassador who has been a career politician, is squared up against Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, who has absolutely minimal foreign policy with any kind of success. Lavrov knew Blinken when he was an associate, an underling in the Obama administration. Blinken was one of the ones that suggested drawing lines in the sand for Clinton when we went into Libya and Syria. That was him suggesting, make an example by putting lines in the sand, and everybody just ignored that fool. And so is Lavrov. The Russians have taken Biden's miscues, missteps, misspeaks, if you look at him like that. I do not. I think Biden was saying, well, if they take a little bit of Ukraine, that'd be okay. I think he was telling the truth. But they have been on overdrive trying to, cover him up, shut him up, saying, Joe, you screwed up. We got to fix that. Russia sees it as telling the truth and what they're okay. So he's just green lighted this invasion that could occur on this weekend or very quickly. They are having war games in Belarus. They are also having war games in the Black Sea, the Russians. And unfortunately, the United States has warships supposedly having maneuvers in the Black Sea at the same time. What could possibly go wrong there? If Russia invades Ukraine, you are going to see here at home both liberal Democrats and swamp dwelling Republicans calling for war with Russia, going to Ukraine's aid. I have no reason why we would send our troops into Ukraine to die on foreign soil to combat the Russians, but the Democrats are so Russian collusion delusional that they are attacking a staunch conservative, Tucker Carlson, calling him a traitor, a Putin lover, a Russian collusionist, and everything else for opposing war with Russia. That's how far left these swamp dwellers and liberal Democrats are saying. I personally think they're looking at it as wag the dog, start a war so Joe Biden's poll numbers that are at 33% don't fall any lower, and he shows some leadership. That's what's really scary. And that's what I think this idiot may end up doing. If United States cancels the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, that's the Russia to Germany gas pipeline, and blocks that, I think Russia will say, I don't care what you do. We're going to take Ukraine back, that has huge farmlands, that has huge amounts of propane and natural oil reserves. We're going to take that for ourselves, and you can do whatever you want to do. They'll also take like Estonia and Lithuania and all these other smaller breakaway countries back and rebuild the Soviet Union. That's what Putin wants. Germany has said they're not going to sell weapons to Ukraine. They don't want any part of it. Poland has moved a division of troops up to its borders, things could go wrong very quickly. And if the United States sends troops, which is what they're saying they may do, this Secretary of Defense is actually saying, Lloyd Austin is actually saying, we're going to move troops into Eastern Europe to bolster Ukraine. I think Putin is going to say, we're going to do a blitzkrieg on all fronts, and if the United States interferes, we're not going to mess around. We'll just go tactical and quite easily set off an EMP over the United States, put us in blackout conditions, and then have at us that way. China may jump in at the same time with that. The United States Army has been depleted through COVID and complete mismanagement and wokeness that we cannot fight Russia and China at the same time and survive. We will not do that. So you better get ready, pray that nothing happens, pray that this isn't a wag the tail dog scenario, that Biden starts the war to keep his presidency. That would be a huge mistake. If I were you, I would be looking at this really strongly. Make sure I have cash on hand. Make sure we have MREs, freeze-dried foods, bulk foods. Make sure you have kits ready to go. Make sure if you're not going anywhere, you bunker in and check your communications. Check in with family members. Review your plans A, B, and C. And get ready, because if all hell breaks loose, depending on what the situation is and the United States is attacked, you could have 3 days to get ready and prepare, bunker in, and get your bearings, or you may only have hours notice to say, goodbye, crew world, see you later. It'll be interesting. But the calls for war with Russia by the swamp creatures and the liberal left is absolutely startling. Get ready. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I do appreciate you. Please ring the bell, thumbs up. Give me your opinions on what you believe may happen. I appreciate them. Get yourself right with God. Get baptized. Friends, this could be bad real quick. Greg out.